podcast where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Willow.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
It's windy.
Yes.
I always feel like at the beginning of the podcast,
We have to talk about the weather.
I have to tell everyone
Inform you guys what the weather is like today.
The weather here
Is windy as fuck.
but nice otherwise.
Mm-hmm. It's sunshiny and big puffy clouds. I just feel like it's kind of, the wind is kind of pushing some sort of barometric pressure around because my eyeballs feel like they're going to pop out of my head.
I'm just having a weird day, but I don't want to elaborate. So I don't know what we're talking about today, Willow.
So this month is Influencer Month.
It sure is.
It is. And today's influencer is Anna, either Leikovic or Leikovic, depending on where you put the emphasis. I've heard it said both ways. But she was an Instagram model. At the time of the incident in 2020, she was a 21-year-old medical student in Comrat, Moldova. And I had no idea where Moldova was.
Do you want to know why I know where Moldova is?
Yeah, I do.
Because I watched 90 Day Fiancé with Maris, and one of the guys there, one of the fiancés for the 90 days, was from Moldova.
Really?
And it's André.
Andre.
It's Andre, but his wife now says Andre every single time, and you kind of want to dot her eyes. Just stupid show. Please continue. I'm sorry.
I've never heard of Moldova, so I definitely had to look into what it was all about. I had to kind of do my own side quest on it. The pictures that I've seen are just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, Moldova's beautiful.
Oh my God. Well, because I was like, Moldova, is that in the Maldives?
No.
It
is in Eastern Europe.
Yes, it is. It is situated in between Ukraine and Romania. Google says their official language is Romanian, but I'm assuming she also spoke Russian because she's also from Russia.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Wasn't that all part of the USSR kind of area?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not really good with Eastern Europe.
Geography, y'all, is not something I don't know where I am. Or where anything is.
No.
Don't want to
I
either.
do like researching it. It is fun because I'm like, oh, aha, that is where that is. Great. But yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. I really like the way that the type of architecture around there is with the the rooftops. I don't know what you call them, but they're really
wavy.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like pointy boobies. I like them.
Wouldn't call it that, but you know.
Back to the story. Anna was reportedly very intelligent. She was close to her family, especially her mother, Praskovia. She lived with her mom while she was going through med school, and I couldn't really get their exact ages. I think her mother was 40 or very close to 40. So they were really close in age. They were about 20 years apart. And so, I don't know, they just seemed really close. Her mother seemed very young in nature. And they, from the outside, especially to their family members, seemed to have a really good relationship. And her father, even though her mother and father had divorced, early on, her father stayed in touch all throughout her life, was very good to her, and they had still led a really close relationship, even though she mostly lived with her mother. Her father was apparently a very well-to-do businessman in Moldova. He owned a lot of land, many plots of land, and had a poultry farm. And he was so well-loved that he was like, you know what, I'm going to run for whatever politician, whatever political office is in that area. I don't know. I don't know how their political system is set up, but we'll get into the case because it's interesting. But he wanted to run for governmental office, but once this incident happened, he was actually completely shamed out of running. So he was this really, really well-to-do man. Everybody loved him. Everybody respected him. But as soon as his daughter did what she's about to do, he was completely shamed for it. And her Instagram is still up. I think it was taken down for the case, but put back up for some reason. Cause I looked at it and the comment section is scary. Like you don't want to see the type of violence that is in the comment
Lillian
section.
protects her mental health by never going into the comments.
I had to look, I had to see, and it was scary. It was really scary. Lots of death threats, lots of...
People need to calm the fuck down in the comments. I'm just saying.
Keep your fingers off them keyboards. Just keep on scrolling. But yeah, Anna and her mom were actually really well traveled. She traveled quite a bit throughout Europe. Her mother worked in Germany for part of the year, and Anna had visited pretty much every country in Europe, documenting every extravagant destination she went to and always posing in a bikini. She basically, her Instagram was like a travel vlog kind of thing. She had about 10,000 followers, so she was kind of a wannabe influencer. She was on the rise up to becoming an influencer. Not that 10,000 followers is anything to like bat an eye at, because we have like 900, which is I'm really proud of. So yeah, give us a follow if you don't mind. But you know, like 10,000 to the mega millions of followers that it takes to become an influencer today, you know, it's kind of laughable, but a lot of people did call her an influencer, and she was named an influencer in like the media and press and everything. I think that was kind of her end goal.
She probably would have got there had shenanigans not taken place.
Oh yeah, she would have become world famous, but instead she's infamous.
Ew.
It's bad. It's really bad. Trigger warning, I forgot to say, but this case is just really jarring. There is mention of drug use, but not very much. But just... if you're squeamish, just when I tell you, you just hit that 5-second fast forward button and we'll get through it.
Okay.
It's jarring.
I've got some puppies queued up.
Yeah, you'll need it. But I'm not going to really bask too long in the gory stuff, but it is there. But yeah, she was just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, she still is. She's still alive, but she's just beautiful. Just one of the, she is just a breathtaking model, so it just really jarred the public. She had just this gorgeous dark brown hair, to olive tan skin, almond shaped eyes, bikini body, tiny little waist. She knew how to pose for the camera, big cheekbones, big lips. I mean, she was just beautiful, and a med student, so she was highly intelligent. So for her to do what she did, it broke people's brains. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't fathom it. They couldn't...
Yeah, which is another reason, as I'm fond of saying, is don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
You never know what's lurking inside someone. Just because they have a pleasant looking outside doesn't mean they have a pleasant inside.
Right.
And...
right.
Like I always say, like, you know, we're big into, like, everyone is beautiful. I don't like that. I think it's okay to be fucking ugly. I think if you're ugly, it's okay.
Right.
You don't have to perform your looks for other people.
Right.
You can just be without having to have someone find you attractive. I think the amount of pressure I bet the amount of pressure she was under was fucking ridiculous.
Right. Well, and you know, she was her self-led model, so she put herself under all of that pressure
and
through the media.
medical school is no fucking joke, y'all. And I'm not saying I know she does a horrible thing.
Oh no, they classify it as a mental break, so we can talk about the mental health issues.
Okay,
that
see,
she
and I
goes
didn't
through
know
for
that,
sure.
but I was like, you know what? All this self-imposed like pressure, probably all the working out and dietary restrictions, because body like that just doesn't happen usually.
Yes. Yes.
And then couple that with medical school
and drug use.
Well,
and we don't know what kind of drug use that she did use. It could be something that she was getting through medical school, or it could be street drugs. We just don't know. In October of 2020, Anna overdosed. And yeah, we don't know what substance she overdosed on, but her mother was away in Germany because she would work for like several months in Germany. And when she found out that her daughter had overdosed, you know, a couple countries over, which is just like a couple states over to us.
That's weird, isn't it?
I always think about that. Anytime I think about Europe, I think about like where we would be on our United States map.
Yeah, I do too.
Just to kind of get a general idea. But yeah, she was in Germany when she found out, and she immediately was like, mama protective mode. So she started phoning up all of the places to get her help. She got her into a rehab facility and got everything together. She dotted all of her I's, crossed all of her T's, got her daughter into a rehab facility, and to make sure she was safe. So when she came home in December 11th, 2020, Praskovia told Anna that she had arranged everything and that, pack your bags. We're getting out of here. We're getting you some help. Well, this turned into a fight.
Yeah, confronting people with addiction issues isn't always easy.
There's a reason why we have Intervention, the show, because they have a camera crew, they have medical staff on hand.
Although I want to say right now, I'm not a support of that show. I think it's pretty exploitive.
I think so too, but you know what I mean? Like when
interventions exist for a reason.
Yes.
And you don't need a show that they can do interventions.
Really, you're true. Yeah. That's just the only time I've ever seen an interventionist.
I've been to a few. Didn't enjoy that. Not for me. No one intervened on my behalf.
Yeah.
They'd be like, Lillian can set herself on fire. It's fine. But I've been to a couple interventions, and I think it's good for your own fucking safety sometimes because people can really fly into a rage when you confront them.
And the thing is with multiple, like you name the mental condition or mental illness, when you're going through a severe situation like this, especially a manic situation, people closest to you are the most viable to get injured or to be. You take out your anger and frustration on the people that are closest to you.
Yeah, because you feel safe with them.
Because you feel safe with them. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not saying that this is what this situation is. I just understand how easy it is for her to take this. What she does next is not for the weak stomach.
So if you need to click away, please do.
Yeah.
Puppy time.
Yeah. So she gets mad at her mom, obviously. An argument ensues, and Anna grabs a kitchen knife. She lunged at her mother and stabbed her mother in the chest with medical precision. Remember, she's in med school. She makes a deep incision through her chest. She opens up her mother's chest cavity while she's still alive, conscious, awake, looking at her. She takes out her mother's still beating heart and rips it out of her chest.
Jesus.
And shows it to her while she dies. Then she proceeds to rip out her lungs and upper intestinal organs.
Well, that is very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is jarring. I think it'd be jarring for anyone to do.
Yes.
Regardless of how they looked or what they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild to me, and I don't get it.
And the thing is she just left her mother like this. She got up. She left her mother on the ground. Organs displayed. She gets up and she takes a shower. She gets ready. She gets all done up. She goes to go see her boyfriend. She goes to his apartment and they drink champagne. And he has no idea what they're toasting to. And she's just celebrating all night long. They could have done drugs, I don't know. But as she got drunker throughout the night, later on in the night, she starts bragging about what she had done. And her boyfriend's like, yeah, okay.
Oh, you're joking. You're pulling my chain.
Yeah. And he was like, no, this is crazy talk. He really did not believe any of it. And he would jokingly ask her questions to inquire further as a joke, like leading into her joke, as if she's going to continue joking with him. But as soon as he started asking her questions, she shut down and quit talking. Which you see with perpetrators, if you ever ask them certain questions, when they have to think about an answer, that's when they go quiet.
Yeah, because it was a traumatic experience for them, too.
Yes.
We don't talk about this very much, and I don't see it talked about in true crime media literally at all.
Yes.
But you understand the heinous act of these killers is traumatizing to the killers, too.
Most of them.
I'm not talking about your sadomosexual serial killers, okay? I'm talking about crimes of passion.
Yes.
Which is what this clearly was.
Yes, absolutely.
But it traumatizes the killer as well. Why? I mean, I'm not sure how...
Because they're going through a manic episode or some sort of...
They've either done this in a fit of rage, uncontrollable rage, or some kind of mental health crisis.
And if you've never entered a state of like blackout rage, whether it's sober or drug induced, like if you've ever, like it really is blackout.
I've never.
I have.
But I've had, I did have one psychotic break.
Yeah.
In my life from PTSD.
Yeah.
And I self-harmed pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can see how it could go that way. Like, it's crazy to think that, like, at any moment, any one of us...
Our brains could just break.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are so fragile.
Yeah, in that way, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because just earlier I was just folding laundry watching the first 48 because that's what you do. And there was a man who killed out of passion his baby mama who wouldn't return to him. And he said that he woke up to her dead, which he didn't physically wake up and, oh my God, she's dead there, but he mentally woke up.
Yeah.
He went into a blind rage. He killed her out of passion and then woke up to her dead. Does not excuse what happened,
Absolutely
but it
not.
does reiterate the fact that it is a traumatic experience
For everyone
and he
involved,
is going
yeah.
to be traumatized for life.
Well, the thing is that's why you see the shutdown.
Yes.
And I watch a lot of interrogation videos because I think they're interesting.
Same.
And I see it time and time again. They'll be talking. They get asked a specific kind of triggering question, immediate shutdown.
Right.
You can see them leave.
Yes.
In their eyes. It's
Yes.
really interesting.
Yes, it's the same whenever you're talking about a victim that survived something. A lot of times
Absolutely.
they'll do this similar thing. It's something our brain does.
Yeah.
But I do find it interesting. But yeah, that was a dead giveaway with Anna. As soon as she quit answering his questions, he was like, oh
no, this really happened.
Okay.
She's not joking.
Yeah. So I think most of the reports are in many other languages because this is kind of a global case. It didn't really hit the United States as hard, so there's not many articles in
I'd
English.
never heard of it.
But yeah, in a lot of other countries, they've been talking about it over the past couple of years, and so I don't know for sure, but it's likely that he quit drinking at this point and just kind of watched her because she drank until she passed out. And once she passed out, he left. He snuck out of the apartment and went back to her place to scope out the scene. Because he was like, well, if she's making these accusations...
Like making this shit up, I gotta see for myself.
I gotta make sure that I'm okay. So your fight or flight goes in and you're in
my fight or flight would be going crazy.
You're like, okay, I'm sober now. You get yourself all comfy, honey. You pass out. Don't attack me too.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Right.
I'd be scared.
Right. He did enter the apartment and he did see her mother where she left her, and he immediately called the police and she was arrested on site.
Wow, like kudos to him for staying calm.
Yes.
Like for real.
Yes. Because there were a lot of reports that he was into heavy drug use with her and all of this stuff. And of course, we don't know that for sure.
And maybe that doesn't mean I'm going to revoke my kudos because he has addiction issues.
No, I'm saying that a lot of people wouldn't, if they had drugs on them, like say me, if I was still using drugs and I had drugs on me, I probably wouldn't call the police right away.
Oh.
I would be like maybe, I don't know, concerned about my own safety, or I would call anonymously, or but no, he went ahead
stepped
and
up.
Yeah,
I'm impressed because like if I'm sitting with somebody and they're like, yeah, anyway, I murdered my mom, and I went from thinking they were joking to believing them. I don't know if I could stay as calm as that dude stayed. I'd probably run.
I would have to go find someone to calm me down.
Yes, I'd be freaking.
And then we would all
out.
have to go to the cops. I would need I
would not go to the scene. Oh no, I'd be like, girl, you would traumatize thyself.
Yeah.
But I get how difficult that is because that's your significant other. Mm-hmm. You're still not sure.
And he traveled with her, and he's in some of the Instagram posts and stuff like that.
Wow, how awful. Mm-hmm. I bet he was really devastated.
But to imagine seeing what he saw.
That's exactly... See, my brain is really good at visualizing things.
Same. I love anatomy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I just got done sculpting a bunch of anatomical hearts.
You did.
I did. I showed them to
it's
you.
A little too on the nose there.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, okay. So in Moldova, they have completely different rules than we have here. First of all, the thing that really made her go viral was her time in court. I'll have the video linked. But man, this is what really went viral. So when she went to court, she really tried to, in my mind, she's trying to play up the insanity plea. This may be her acting normal. I don't know for sure, but it really looked like she was putting on a show. So she starts by laying down on the bench, just completely relaxed, like she's bored. She's picking at her fingernails. Like her hands are up in the air. She's laying on her back and she's picking at her fingernails, like getting the dirt out and just da 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 da. And then when the judge comes in, right, because she's drawing a lot of attention to herself, right?
Yeah.
When the judge comes in,
a little kid acts.
Yes. When the judge comes in and everybody's like, okay, all rise for the honorable judge, she stands on the bench.
Lord of mercy.
And she doesn't attention like you would think or something. She puts her hands in her pockets and just kind of leans against the wall. Like just nonchalant, bored as hell, like a kid standing in the lunch line, just standing on the bench, drawing attention to herself. It's just really bizarre behavior.
That is weird.
And again, she's not acting too much.
It's not so over the top.
It's not so over the top, but to me, it's pretty over the top.
That's pretty over the top. I'd be so scared if I was on trial for murder.
Yes.
I don't think I could act the fool.
Well, and I even took etiquette classes. I'm a Southern woman. Like, we don't do that.
I was forced. An aside, I too was forced into etiquette class. I had to wear little white gloves.
Yes. You had to do the
forks in the right order and the spoons.
Yeah. What plate goes on where, what dinner goes, or what dish goes on which thing. Mm-hmm.
How to stand.
When to put your napkin where.
Mm-hmm. Poise. Mm-hmm.
Shoulders back.
Head up.
Mm-hmm. Elbows.
Tucked into your sides.
Mm-hmm. Ankles. Feet crossed.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting common right now like a whore. I'm Lillian spreading.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, go on, please.
So after the court, and so after she's making all of this scene, she's making a scene. Afterwards, the press kind of come up to her and she's starting to, people are taking photos. They're asking her questions. She's just giggling. She's like,
oh no.
So creepy. So fucking creepy. And then one of the reporters, loosely translated, essentially asked her, "Are you guilty of stabbing your mother?" And she goes, "Goodbye."
Yeah.
So creepy.
I think she's playing it up. Creepy. I mean, I don't want to speculate too much, but
here's the thing is I don't want to say that a medical student of her intelligence cannot have a break or an episode
for real.
or an underlying mental condition that is unknown that all of a sudden surfaces or what have you.
It's so cliched, the behavior, I guess is what I'm saying.
It really does scream that.
Yeah, really, and I looked it up while you were talking so I could see. And it does look putty-on-y as fuck.
Yeah, for somebody who poses and acts and
it's a little posy.
It's a little part
posy.
of her personality already.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure. I'm not a professional, but that's my hot take that no one asked for.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, even if she wasn't deemed mentally incompetent, if she was mentally competent to stand trial in Moldova, they have law restrictions against AFAB people given the life sentence.
So they don't give assigned female at birth people a life sentence?
They will not.
Huh.
They have very strict laws about what sentencing you can give to, the laws say women, but you know what I mean.
I do.
AFAB. Laws have restrictions against what you can give these people. So they said, one of the officers on the case said that if the suspect admits to a crime, they will face a maximum sentence of 13 years to 4 months. A 13-year maximum for killing your mother and disemboweling her. That's if she didn't have any type of mental condition surrounding this incident.
Or any other extenuating
If it was full on, first degree, planned murder, cold blood, calculated,
maximum
13 years.
Well, Moldova, get your shit together.
Yes.
You're being misogynist in a weird way.
Because she's so pretty and because, she's this model and she's a woman, they went very easy on her. They felt sorry for her. Now, the public didn't. The public was outraged. I mean, clearly the comments online are really rough.
Well, that's part of the outrage, I would imagine.
Right.
It's a light sentence.
So Anna was sentenced to an undisclosed time in a mental hospital. The forensic psychiatric examiner said that, quote, she was not able to correctly perceive the circumstances that are important for the criminal case and was unable to testify.
I mean, that's a professional. I'm going to go with that. I am. I'm going to go with it.
Right. We have to. Like, what else can we do?
I don't know anything. I'm an idiot.
Right.
And this person went to school for this for a long time.
Even if she was able to be completely sound of mind and manipulate this
13 years is mind-blowing to me.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's likely that she was diagnosed with something throughout this court process, but no information was released. And her Instagram, like I said, is still up. It went from, so when the incident happened, she had 10,000 followers. During the court trial, she went up to 15,000 followers. Excuse me. And then now she has 2,000 followers. So, yeah, the fact that people are still following her account, even though she hasn't posted since 2020, is kind of weird. But the comments, it really gets me because, yes, she did a heinous thing. I do not like this woman and I do not like what she did. I do not think she's a good person. And, I definitely think that she should be behind bars.
Forever, yeah.
Yes. But I do not believe
dangerous.
that those comments are anywhere near okay.
Here's the deal. If you're not the judge, a jury, prosecutor,
or God himself,
or fucking the Lord Almighty,
the Redeemer or some shit,
shut up.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The hot take is we don't need your hot take.
Right. And I know that's not our listeners. I know we're kind of preaching to the choir on that.
Yeah.
Because I know our listeners wouldn't never do anything like that.
Sweet baby tea bags. Don't you go in them comments. Don't do it.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's not good for your soul, don't go read them. But, if you're interested in what I saw and, kind of see how jarring it is, if you can stomach it, maybe, because it is kind of rough, I wouldn't talk about my worst enemy like that, and I really don't want them here. So, yeah, it's a really jarring case all the way around.
It is very
because of just the dichotomy there,
it just seems to come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm, and I'm sure there were. Listen,
it had to have been building over months.
Yeah,
because she had that overdose.
Yeah,
and she had to have been in contact with her mother constantly throughout that. This had to have been on the phone,
And we don't know what episodes before the overdose, because
we don't know how they actually talked to each other outside of the home, because I'm sure a lot of people looking back might say that me and my adopted mother were close and we were far from it.
I will tell you all this, people who haven't spoken to me recently would definitely say that me and my mom were best friends when I was a teenager and a young adult. No. We weren't. It was fawn response to my abuser.
Yes.
And I was terrified of her.
Yes.
And she ruined my life.
Right.
And so I can see if I had ever gone down the addiction issues path, I don't know, I could see myself snapping. Mm-hmm. I can, because she was... Name a type of abuse. My mother did it. Right. And I'm not implying that this woman's mother did that.
I definitely do not think she had...
No, I don't.
...any bad bone in her body, from what I can tell.
No, but I'm just saying, we just don't know. And I don't know enough to speculate. I don't know their relationship. I'm sure her addiction issues put a strain on it. That's for sure. I'm sure the mother was desperate.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I got kids. If they had addiction issues, I would be desperate to do anything to help them.
Right.
And I'm sure that's where she was at.
Right.
But that can come off.
But then the person who is the addict will do anything to get the substance that they need.
Including steal and lie and
kill.
And kill. Yeah. It's terrible.
It is.
That is a terrible case.
Is.
God.
It is. Yeah, it just, but it makes me think about, all the people that we consider people that we look up to online that we don't actually know behind the scenes. Grain of salt of everything.
I think that's the biggest takeaway from this month for me is that, I think a lot of us sit around and watch reels and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we are definitely
TikTok.
team disassociate.
And just I watch pretty much animals, comedians and crafts, but you'll see a house or a person and you'll feel that little stab of jealousy, I wish my life was that beautiful and aesthetic and all that stuff. Yeah. But y'all, it isn't for them either.
Well, and there's also influencers that I've looked up to that I'm like, wow, I really like this person.
And they end up being a big piece of shit.
Yes. That's the one that really gets me is it's like whenever we found out that J.K. Rowling was a TERF, it's like your heart breaks.
I'm going to be honest. I hate doing this.
You weren't that generation though.
But I had kids of that age. And Harry Potter, I tried to read it because I like to read things first before I give them to my children. And I was like, some of this is racist and anti-Semitic.
Oh, I couldn't tell it. I couldn't tell it at all.
Oh, the goblins in the banking system are very Jewish coded.
See, I know. I'm so surface. What I see is what I...
And I was like,
I take everything at surface
20
value.
bikes. I'm just going to not... My kids aren't going to read this. They can read about some other magical boy.
But you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. It's
you look up to somebody and you really, really love them. And then it's like you get the rug pulled out from underneath you. You find out that, they're actually a really bad person and I trusted them this whole time. That's what we see a lot in these influencers and social media people that influence us. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. I've seen a lot that, and I don't like naming names.
I won't name any
fight
names
with anyone, but I mean,
I don't want to let anybody down if they don't know yet.
You find out on your own, sweetheart. But a lot of podcasters I've looked up to, I'm now just like,
yes, and YouTubers that I was like,
I want to be
like them.
How cute this person is, and then I find out that they're the literal Satan. You just can't judge a book by its cover, and nobody's life is like it is online. Not even mine.
Girl. I was thinking about that earlier today. If even half of our listeners were able to see what our day-to-day life entails, what our houses look like, what the kind of shit that we put up with because we are poor, peasants.
There's no glamour here. We are literal goblin trash bag people.
Yeah.
All right?
And that's okay.
It's fine. But I'm not putting all that online. Yeah. I'm not put on another pair of socks where my big toe sticks out.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Darned it.
I'm going to hit you with my car. I have a car now, though, and I could hit you with it. So that's very exciting. You don't know, me and... So all of last year, you guys know I did not have a vehicle, and that was a bad time for me. Me and Maris are literally you want to go to a different part of the woods that we live in and just sit there? And I'm like, more than anything. 11 o'clock at night, you want some really shitty gas station pizza? Do I live and breathe? Yes, right. Just to get out of the house. I did not go anywhere but the grocery store for a year, and it was sad. Yeah. It was very sad. Oh, so you know what time it is now?
It's business.
It's business time.
That song's probably copyrighted, and it's...
Thank you, Flight of the Conchords.
I love you.
I didn't say enough of it to get a strike, though.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. And we did it so poorly that it could be considered parody and fair use.
But Jermaine, hi.
Oh, I'd bang Jermaine.
Anyway.
Who wouldn't? Anyway, if you don't like Fly to the Conchords or know about it, I'm sorry, go know about it.
We do have listeners in New Zealand, so...
And we have one I know that's in our Discord, and she's rad. Hi, Holly, you're cool.
I love you. She's great. Neat. Really nice.
I should just start shouting out my favorite listeners, but then I might hurt other listeners.
No, we have so many.
Yeah.
Y'all have been so good to us.
For real. We love you guys.
There's so much that okay, so the podcast pays for itself and that's really good.
That's what it does.
We don't see any profit ourselves yet. But anytime we have a hiccup in life, we have a speed bump in the road, something shitty happens to us, all we do is like kind of vent about it, and our listeners group together and fix it. They make it better. And
I've never had that
such a beautiful community
in my life. Like, I was just talking to Will about how I don't have any family at all. I don't talk to my dad really. My mom is dead. Yeah. My brother is a fundy, and so he's in a cult, and he told me my marriage was invalid in the eyes of God, and I said if he didn't get off my porch, he'd be wearing his asshole as a hat. Because I don't put up with bigotry, not from anyone.
My family beat the shit out of me, and I ran away.
I was kicked out at 17 for, I don't know, my mom had a mental breakdown and kicked me out for no reason.
Yeah.
I was a straight A student, lived in my car. So that when we, like, this community that's come together now feels like family to me, it's really nice because it's something I've never had.
Yes.
Other than the little family I made myself, of course, my kids and Maris. But I'm talking about extended family, like a mom and a dad and a grandpa.
I want aunties.
I would like I have an aunt, but she's stalking me
I want
and
aunties.
my children.
I want aunties.
Yes. Yeah, there's that. If I do have family that wants to be in touch with me, it's unhealthy and toxic and scary. Yeah, she just stalks my children.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's really abusive.
I'd really like to rent a grandma and a grandpa.
I want cookies made for me.
I want one of those big belly hugs that I can just collapse on.
I want a forehead kiss.
And you're doing a good job. Good job, precious girl.
I made you some oatmeal raisin cookies.
I'm proud of you.
Grandma, I don't like these, but I'm going to eat them because I love you. That's what I want. Anyway, here we go. Business time. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
That was cute.
Business trumpet.
You
All
did
right.
it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, you like soap? I don't know how to do
And if you didn't
transition
know,
into this.
now you do.
You like soap, and if you
do.
don't, you should, for everyone else's sake. Mm-hmm. But why are you using soap that you bought from the store? It is not great for your skin. In fact, that's the reason I started making soap. Because most soap you find in the store isn't even fucking soap. It's detergent, which is not aligned with your skin's pH. My soap is vegan, organic, minus the lye. Lye can't be organic in the same way. That would be weird. But it's the old-fashioned soap. It's really good if you have eczema. But I make it into little pieces of art. Mm-hmm. And they're very cute and very fun. And I have made Mother's Day gift sets.
Yay.
They won't be posted till the end of the week, but you should go to my website now because I'm having a 25% off sale.
Woo!
Get rid of all the inventory I have now to make way for the new stuff because our summer collection is currently being made. So the spring collection has to go. We're almost sold out. So if you do want something, go
really
get
exciting.
it. It is exciting. Use coupon code COOL.
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 Not cruel?
No, for 25% off. This is a special sale, bitch.
Shit, girl.
Girl. And if you're like, Lillian, I like your soap, but I can't decide which one to buy, get a fucking mystery box.
Ooh.
I pack it with so many little goodies and little extras. It's actually like...
She knows what you want.
It's like a $50 value for $25.
She knows what you want.
Get it. Anyway, we have a Patreon also.
Yes.
We do. And soon... We're like $50 away from a goal that if we get to that goal, we're going to be doing little mini documentaries for our $5 and up tier. We are introducing 2 new tiers later this week.
Oh, I'm so excited.
One is going to be called Tea of the Month because I make teas now and some of it, they're all organic. Black tea is usually the base. I do herbal teas too, but they're tea blends. Me and my kid Valentine make them, and they're really good. And so every month you'll get like a pound of tea, and like flavored honey, and just cute little things like little tea balls and stuff, so you can like steep it.
You're a tea bag.
Yeah, that's going to be the name of the tier.
Yeah, tea bag tier.
Tea bag tier.
Yeah,
it doesn't have anything to do with testicles.
No. Has everything to do with you though. Hey.
Stupid. We should go drown in the river. Anyway, also, all of our public posts on Patreon will have our case photos, notes, things like that, video links that we talk about, because we don't want to get zooked.
Yeah, and I've noticed that if you post a link on, like, for a video on Patreon, it'll actually show. So if I ever do one with, like, a good documentary, I'll post the documentary, too.
Yeah.
And we can post all of our case photos there.
Yes.
Because on Instagram, we can only post like 10, 9 because we have a cover photo. So yeah, just check out our Patreon. Even if you don't want to throw us $1 to look at everything else, you can at least look at the pictures of our cases for free.
That's true.
So,
if you want to throw us $1 because you appreciate all the labor and love that we do for this podcast, we have a coffee account, and we'll go get coffee.
You want to take us out for coffee?
Every time we get a coffee donation, that is exactly what we do. Mm-hmm. Yes,
we shop local.
We do shop at the local coffee shops because we don't course.
Well, we don't have a Starbucks. No, we don't have a fan.
We don't really have a choice.
Well, yeah.
But let's pretend we're doing it to be nice. But we're also doing it to be nice. So, me and Maris are also novelists. We write books. We're actually working on some new stuff together. Yeah, we write together like big homo queers. And you can come check that out. A lot of them are free. Some of them you have to buy, but they're all cheap. So go forth and read our stuff, especially if you like fantasy with lots of doing it in it. Stabbing and murder. It's fun for everybody. But that's all the business that I have we have merch.
Yes.
We have t-shirts. Yes.
And it's getting hot out, so now it's time to buy your t-shirts instead of your long sleeves.
Instead of coffee mug, maybe get the little cooler cup. I have that, by the way. The little aluminum cup. It keeps your shit cold.
I need to get one of those because I have a coffee cup.
You need to get one. They're so cute.
I know. I really like it. It's really
nice
good
quality.
There's so many out there that like the print comes off in the dishwasher.
I've washed mine like 800 times and it's fine. And my shirt too. I've washed my shirt a bunch and it's still going strong.
Mine still looks brand new.
Yep. So I tried a lot of different places before I settled on this one. So go forth. Where do we find all these links, Lillian? In the description, okay? Go in there.
Linktree.
It's in the Linktree. Don't be scared. And y'all, you know what? I don't click on shit either, so I understand. But
if you want prezzies,
at least go look at my soap. I just want you to see it, and I want you to say, "Wow, Lillian, that's soap."
And if you don't want to click on the Linktree, you can come and look at all of her cool stuff in our Discord because we have a food and art section where
I put all my crap
as she's making it.
Yes. So if you want to come to our Discord, somebody's literally in there 24/7 at this point.
Yes.
We have a lot of people in Discord, like a lot,
and it's such a good community.
Everyone in there is so nice. Every once in a while, somebody will slip through and be a big old dick.
But you know what?
They get banned.
Well, and people were able to stand up for each other in a very respectful way.
They were so nice that last time that happened. Yeah. It was nice.
It's good. It's a very respectful and safe space.
Yes, that's like we separate like the channels like vent. So, you don't always have the spoons to deal with.
Sometimes I can only handle the meme section. I can't even handle general conversation. I just gotta disassociate in some funny ass pictures.
What I want is I want you to go to our Discord. And if you're like, well, Lillian, I'm old and I don't understand Discord. Same, my friend. But let me tell you how easy it is. Download the Discord app. If it'll be for Android or for
If you
iPhone.
click the link, it'll give you the option to download
the app, and you click the link. That link never expires. It's an invitation, and you click on that. Just click on it, and it'll prompt you, and you can go in and say, "I don't know what I'm doing," and everyone will say, "We don't either," but hello.
Yes.
Consider it it's like a chat room, like in the AOL days. It's very fun,
but it's a lot easier to use.
For sure, very user friendly. Yeah. Very user friendly. But I'm going to say that's enough business time. If all you can do to support this podcast is listen, well, I appreciate you a lot. And also tell your friends.
Yeah.
Say hi.
And share us on your social medias anytime. I know a lot of people ask, like, hey, podcast recommendations. I see y'all tagging us.
We do see it. And
we like it.
We screenshot it and send it to each other. Oh, my God.
You should do it
every
some
time.
more.
Then I cry.
It makes me happy.
It does make me happy. Anyway, hey, I love you guys very much. Also, if you ever reach out, feel free. I'm not famous, so don't be scared.
We literally only have each other as friends. We have like a couple other than us, but that's it.
Yeah. So I'm not scary. I'm kind of lame, actually. But I appreciate every personal message I get. And yes, I do respond to as many as I can. It actually has gotten to the point where sometimes that's hard to do. So I'm like,
I really thank you. Yeah.
I spend a couple hours every morning saying hello to everyone. And I just keep them coming. Even if I don't respond, know that I've seen it and that I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Like I was having a super bad day when I woke up today. And a nice message turned it all around. So it does make a difference. And
makes a
thank
huge
you very
difference.
much.
And it makes us look forward to this even
And
more.
especially, here's a little secret, to Maris.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all,
Yeah.
he struggles really bad with depression. We've been really open about it on the pod.
And agoraphobia, so he can't go out and make friends.
No, he cannot. He gets very lonely and sad. But every time you guys say something nice to him, he really puffs up like a little rooster.
He does
and
the
it's
little
very
feet
cute.
thing.
He does do the little foot thing.
Little nervous feet.
Yes.
It's very sweet.
It's very sweet, and he really appreciates it, especially if you read his books, too.
Yeah.
That means a lot to him. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to quit rambling. Goodbye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production